Hi guys, welcome to our channel. Are you able to see my screen? Okay. Hi guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to our daily stock market insights. And we will go ahead and review your favorite stocks in the Philippine market. But before that, as always, you know the drill. I have to invite our friends here in Investograms. Uh-huh. Okay. Right, so earlier today we already have received several requests, and these came from our friends in Investograms. So the first one that we will be reviewing would be IDC ACEX JFC Dito Now Meralco. So that's those are the first set of stocks that we are going to review tonight. Okay. Setting up our tools while we wait for the others to join. Okay. It's taking a little while, but thank you for the first set of joiners here. Okay, so let's get started then. The first one is okay, let's check out our PSEI first. And so it's a good recovery for our index today. We managed to end it with a 2.86% increase from yesterday's performance. And that's a good story because this means most of our stocks in the index are also moving in the same direction. So, and I would have to say that we have already created a brand new support either here or here, very close to each other. But I'd plot our support right here. So we managed to break that, and then there's a chance that in case people will take profit, it will just go back to this level, not this anymore. This is the second line of support that we will plot in case this gets broken. But we're starting to move up. We're starting to see some bullish sentiment, and that's a good story there. Now let's transition to IDC, which is the first request. Good evening, Alex. Yes, definitely. Let's put Meg here. Okay, for IDC, 2 days straight with very significant volume, and look at that, you're already at the oversold, and very promising formation. As you can see here, your price was moving downwards, right? And your RSI here is moving to the upside, meaning this is an example of a bullish divergence. And for 2 days straight, okay, as you can see here, so this was triggering the lower Bollinger Band. It ended slightly outside of the Bollinger Band, and we're following the theory that in the next 3 days we should be able to engulf. Okay, we should end much higher than this price. We should end higher than 1.65. And in the past 2 days, which now is the second day, we managed to overtake that price, which is higher, and pair it with the right volume. Third hint is the moving downwards here, and your RSI is already moving up. So that means you might have some more bullish movements in the coming days. But then again, your short-term resistance is very near, so you might probably observe some movements within this range, okay, from here to here in the coming days. But given that we are in this position at the moment, very, very low right now, so compared to it moving downwards, I am seeing more positive moves in the coming days. Especially, okay, your biggest trigger here is when your 1.73 gets broken, then you have a possible breakout play there. So more bullish sentiment for this stock ACEX. For here, another good one. These are the kinds of patterns that I really like to read. Bullish signals there. Another promising pattern that we have here. Okay, as you can see, I plotted this. This used to be a resistance in the previous days, right? Each time that gets hit, there's a slight rejection, but you're just technically moving sideways for the past how many days there, with just very, very minimal movements, up, down over there. And so I plotted that line because that's the resistance that we have seen. And confirmation here is the support that was formed previously in this area back in August of 2019. So that was broken, and now notice the constricted Bollinger Band. Expect some more dramatic movement in the coming days, because when your Bollinger Band becomes constricted, expect that to happen. Okay, a sudden shoot in the price. Look at this price. Bollinger Band was constricted, then all of a sudden the next day or in the next few days, erratic or significant increase in price. Same with here. Constricted. The more constricted the band is, the bigger jump in price, either to the upside or downwards. So this is another example of a constricted Bollinger Band, and we ended outside. So I feel that you will have more movements to the upside in the coming days. JFC. Hi, good evening, William Mendoza. Okay, AC, MBT, JFC. Okay. AC, MBT. I already have JFC. Paulo de los Reyes, BDO and Maxis. Okay. Good evening from Jonathan. Tech and mwide. Okay. There we have it. Okay, it's nice. Our viewers are growing. Okay, so we're now at JFC, and don't feel bad if we have a red candlestick today. I would have to say this is a sign of weakness, but I feel that this is just going to be a temporary retracement. Okay, meaning it will retrace, meaning it will dip, but not that much. And it's just normal because people are just taking profit, giving the other people a chance to also enter at a much lower price for those people who haven't entered yet. So if you have entered, let's say, somewhere here, then consider locking in some profit, because I feel that this stock might either revisit this line, creating a brand new support here, because remember this one, there was a gap down that happened, and we managed to revisit that and even broke that line, and then chances are we'll just do something like this and then go up. Okay, so it'll probably, the lowest that I can see at the moment is it will visit 119.54 level before it shoots up again. Okay, so that's a sign of weakness that I see it there. If you want to check as well, because sometimes it doesn't even have to reach that, use a Fibonacci retracement, so you know some possible areas where it could potentially jump. Okay, so our yellow line is actually right at the 0.5 level. So there are two possible areas where it could potentially bounce. Possible that it will reach up to here and up to here and then bounce. But it might also reach up to here. Lowest would be 0.618. So for those people who really want to play conservative, wait for it at 0.618, but I cannot guarantee that it will reach that part. I cannot even guarantee that it will reach this part, but you have 4 points to watch out for as a possible area of a retracement. Dito is also that's a sign of weakness. It'll probably retrace, and let's wait for that price to revisit here. So that's a red candlestick right there, and okay, could also be in this level. Okay, so two areas. First area is here because this used to be a resistance, this used to be a support, and a resistance right here. So it could also just revisit that and continue to bounce up. If that gets broken, next area to watch out is 1.51. So your call. If you have entered here and you haven't taken profit yet, it's up to you. Is this your tolerable area of retracement? Then just wait for it to just go back again and wait for it to climb up some more. Next would be now. Now is somewhat following the same formation here. That's a sign of weakness. It's a red candlestick. It might just rest and probably revisit this area. Do you see the reason why we plotted it there? Some consolidation that happened here became a resistance right here. When we broke that line, we revisited this area and then shoot up again. So this is the new support for now. So your call if you want to wait for it at 1.57. Okay, but definitely you are at already a very cheap level. Look at that. It's like a reset of the price. Once upon a time it reached the peak, goes down, move sideways, just minimal increase in the price. Then normally if you have something like that, it will eventually spike up again. It will just find its own timing. Okay, so for me, don't be too excited. Wait for it because I know you can haggle at a much cheaper price. Not very far from where it is at right now. Around 157 is already a good area to consider. Meralco. So this is a doji. Wow, promising income. Okay, so there is also, wow, it's 5 pesos. This is a doji and we are sitting at a resistance. When you have something like that, just be very observant. If this line gets broken tomorrow, then you can have a brand new support formed in this area of resistance at the moment. If more actions are geared towards a downward movement, then just catch it at the MA20 level, which is right at the 239 area. Okay, so that is your possible area of support. Currently we're looking at a resistance area, so be mindful tomorrow on the first 30 minutes, see where the sentiment is moving. Are we breaking that line to the upside, or is it giving us bearish movement. Just be extra careful. You're very near an overbought level, but you're still at the mid 60s. There's still room for an increase in price. Yep. Okay, so just in case you want to haggle, oh, there's another line here. There's another possible line where it could potentially bounce. You see this? This is a support. Each time it touches that, until one day it broke that line, then it also became a resistance here. So from here, it could jump or move down a little bit at the 255 before it goes up. If that gets broken, your next support is here, 239. Meg. Meg is very near the next possible resistance. Let us see if it will break that. Okay, just steady in the volume right here, which is slightly lower than the trend. So I suggest you wait for that 3.09 to be broken, and that's the time you enter, because you're very near a resistance. We don't really know tomorrow if it will slightly move to the upside, and then just people will dump it and then take profit within the day. So check if it will break this line. Okay, so if not, then 2.63 would be the next possible area of bounce. We're just within this range. Just trade the range for now if you want. Enter at, let's say, 264 and take profit at 3.09. Will give you a 16% increase profit in your trade. AC. AC is also triggering the upper Bollinger Band. You see that? We have ended outside of the Bollinger Band, and I think that we might also have some more movements, although this is a resistance currently. Where it is sitting is a very possible resistance though. But we're outside of the Bollinger Band, so there's a big chance if this gets broken, then we might have some more movements and triggers to the upside. And there's a big chance that it will do. Just observe and see it, because I'm more of a position trader than a breakout player. So just be mindful and watch out for this to be broken. If not, wait for it to retrace. If it retraces, this is where you catch it, because this used to be a resistance and a support right here. It might revisit that line. Okay, so two important indicators: break this, and then you have a breakout play, or a sign of weakness, and then we catch the price at the 511. And next would be MBT. MBT, nice. Oh, I love the volume. Volume is so significant here. Big increase in the volume. That means people are showing interest in here now. We can, I think, already start moving the support right here. Okay, so this is our new support. We've broken that line because that used to be a resistance, and we managed to break that. So we really cannot tell by tomorrow if you'll have right away a price movement to the upside, or people will take profit and will give you a chance right here. But either way, at the moment, what I can say is that from 38 to 41 is already a good area to consider, because most likely you'll have some more movements now to the upside. BDO, I think we'll have the same fate here. Haven't checked it. Yes, as well. Look at that. So I think today is the day of the banking industry. We have officially crossed the MA20 line, so that's a good indicator. We will have a brand new support now, which is right here. Okay, so that's our brand new support. So it's up to you if you want to wait for it at that level, or you can just continue and buy some more shares now, because you will definitely have some promising movements to the upside by tomorrow and in the coming days. So Jonathan said, good evening, Tech and mwide. Okay, we have that. Maria celebrates life. Hello, Miss JD. Thank you for this. I am so happy to be of help to you guys. I'm not actually looking at it as if I'm helping. I'm looking at it as a group study session. So what we're doing right now, this is like a group study. At any time you have your own insights. Not all information should come from me. Feel free to also share what you know or anything that you would like to share so that we can all learn from one another here. Okay? And thank you for your continuous patronage. And I hope we can we can grow this community. I'm so excited. I am somehow feeling that each day our viewers are already increasing, so it really inspires me not to miss any day in our daily insights. Okay, so let's continue. BDO is already at a very promising level. You've broken that short-term resistance that we have plotted. Now we have a brand new support at 103.54. Now another thing, Maxis, we've been mentioning this yesterday for several times. That's what you have here. I think this is just an it's given. People are already taking profit because this is already a very significant increase in the price. People have already gained. For those who managed to enter here, wow, that is a good 60+% increase in their investment. So that's fine because we will wait for you right here. Okay, we don't have to rush. I know this is already very enticing because it's already up there, but guys, what you have seen today is a bearish candlestick. This is a bearish candlestick. While we are still outside of the Bollinger Band, I feel that it'll give you a chance anywhere from 6.58 to 5.08. So it's up to you where you would like to enter. But I feel that it will retrace in the coming days, but I really cannot tell which level. But I have just plotted here a conservative stop, which is previous resistance will now become a support. So yeah, that's a 22%. So I don't know if you can. No, let's do this instead. I really I want to use a Fibonacci retracement whenever I see something like this, and I will just use the body because I also use the body of the candlestick here below. Okay, right. Okay, so the possible area where it could stop would be here, 6.10, 5.74, 5.44, and lowest you can get would be your 5.15 level. Okay, so that's a bearish signal. So just observe as it might drop either of these points. Okay, but overall for long-term investors, um, it's up to you. You can take profit and enter when it dips, but if you have entered right here, that's already still your call. Okay, this is just a short-term profit that I'm talking about, but look at the long-term possible movement here. This could triple and double, triple, and I don't know how big this is. Yeah, possible 100% increase, 72 to be exact, from that point to where it is here. So it could double your investment, but I do not know up to when, right? We really cannot tell when it is going to reach that level or if it will even reach that level. So if you want to if you want to play safe, to lock in some profit and then wait for it to go down and just add some more volume. Okay. So you have next would be tech. All right, tech is also doing sideways. but more on the bullish part. Okay, sideways we have already jumped, and wait for it to break this level, because we see a short-term resistance very near the current price. Okay, so that's where you observe. Check if there is a sign of weakness when the price hits that level. If it does, then you can just wait for it at the 5.82. Okay, so if you want, just do range trading if we continue to move sideways here. Next is mwide, and of course I'd like to greet our friends. Joseph, good evening po Miss JD. Pasali naman po sa review, Mac Fruit, Ma, and SSP. Okay, the timing is perfect. We're done with tech. Next is mwide, then yours would be next. Okay. Next is mwide. mwide is also giving us a possible sign of retracement, and when I say retracement, that's just a dip in the price. So it might dip and might just stop and challenge your support at the 6.92 level. Let us see if it will break that line or it will just sustain within that line, and then the next movement would be to the upside. So if you're asking me this because you do not know where to enter yet, the next possible area would be 6.92. Okay, some people are just taking profit, so that's just normal in the cycle of the stock market. Next would be MAC. MAC is also taking profit, and this is the support that we have observed. Okay, this area right here, 4.90 level. Okay, because this used to be a resistance, we broke that resistance and it's just revisiting it. But take a look at your Bollinger Band. Okay, very constricted, and if we just manage to move above the MA20 line, the next possible movement would be to the upside. It's just resting, trying to accumulate more power to move to the upside. But if that MA20 line gets broken, it's gonna be a sad story, because of course it will just move drastically downwards. It's just something like this: constricted Bollinger Band first, and then next possible movement would be a dramatic decline in price. Same is true here. I feel that the next movement is a dramatic up or down movement. We just do not know yet. But right now it gave us a red candlestick. Let's see if it will break 4.90. It's a make or break area right there. Fruit. Okay, fruit is also, it has been several weeks now wherein fruit has been on a steady climb, and let us see if it will just create a lower or a higher low. Okay, we hope to see a higher low stopping at this level. Okay, so you had a lift in the price, see that, retraced, lift again, could be something like this, and then up. Okay, so see that pattern. So this could be your higher high, and then when it dips, this could be your higher low. See that? So that's an area to watch out for, 129 level. Now if that gets broken, of course I can still plot that for you. This is the next support, but I'm really more into just for this stock to rest and stop at the 1.30 because you're still at a very promising area, not very far from the major bottom that happened right here. We're still, if you're into this for long term, you're still at the safe area. Next is Ma. Ma. Careful, there's no foreign buying that happened here. Volume there is, but not that very significant. So I feel that tomorrow you might have some people taking profit, and if you really want to get in here, just wait for it here or wait for it at the um, MA20 line. So those are the key areas there. But definitely I see some more movements to the upside. It's just that because there is a significant increase in price, which is 28% increase, I bet a lot of traders have already entered somewhere here or somewhere here, and they will take profit by tomorrow, giving the rest of us a chance to enter in those key areas I've plotted. This one as well, we're still outside of the Bollinger Band, but that's a bearish signal I can see here. So see if it will give us a chance in this level. Your previous resistance might possibly become your support right here. Look at that, support, resistance, 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 and could possibly become a support at the 0.86 level. Okay. Jonathan says, thank you, Miss JD. Ferdy, good evening, Miss JD for AGI. Thanks and God bless. Oh, sure. AGI. Okay, AGI also has a good formation. You have what we call a breakout play, a breakout of the MA20 line. So that's your new support now, 7.05. So I see that we will most likely have more movements to the upside. 740 against 705, you're not very far. So I think either way, from where it is at right now or 705, you may decide which area you want to enter. If you want, you can even play it at a much faster time frame. Seeing this might even give you a chance up to here, something to that effect. Okay, so overall AGI, I see that looking at the daily chart, you are at a very good area to start accumulating volume. Ditto for Leicester and home. There you go. Ditto and home. Okay, so home was the fourth stock we reviewed today. I mean Ditto, but I would like to check out home for you. Home is also going to most likely you will have people take profit tomorrow. They actually started taking profit right away because there was a gap up that happened. But just in case, looking at this pattern, two areas to watch out because still you're at a healthy level. It's either the 5.68 or 5.02 area. But for those people who really want to play conservative, they'd rather wait for 5.02, which is the previous support and previous resistance. And also very near MA20 line. Okay. Since a lot of us have requested Ditto, I said Ditto is currently giving us some signs of weakness right there. And don't be surprised. A lot of traders are really engaged in this stock. They play this stock a lot, and they're just taking profit. And if it dips, it will revisit and test 1.78 first before it even goes down to 1.51. Okay. Any other request? Now, we have 9. Okay, so before we got cut off, I was about to discuss MAH or MA. I plotted two lines here. We have triggered the upper Bollinger Band, but because there's a significant increase in price, people might take profit and revisit 1.71 for you to enter, or if that gets broken, 1.48 is the next area. And let's look at DMC. DMC also revisited and filled the gap right here. So your next resistance is going to be here. Okay, so that's the next possible resistance. So it's up to you if you want to take advantage of that or you want to wait for it to revisit this line. Either way, you have a choice. If you enter 4.05, that's your support. Your next resistance would be 4.99. Overall, you're already at a, look at that. If you are really looking at the full potential of this stock to go up, you're at a very promising position. Okay. And another thing to also take note, they regularly give out dividends, but not that much. Okay, because look at the comparison of the price against the dividend. It's also very cheap, so no wonder it's just 0.48 per share. Hello, madam. I came in late, but that's fine. I'm still here. gtcap for Aislinn Navarro and Carlos Cruz would like us to review pcor, pizza, and mag. Okay, let's take a look at gtcap first. Okay, gtcap gtcap already broke this short-term resistance here. We are creating a brand new support, so I expect that we might have some more movements to the upside, and in case the market gives you a chance at 448.96, that is the support that we're currently seeing. Now anywhere from 490 to 448, your call, but I see that that's already a very promising area to start buying. And next would be pcor. pcor is giving us some signs of weakness. We had a temporary jump in price, and people are taking profit, as you can see, but it will revisit the area of 2.77, which is not far from where it is at right now. It's just going to create that brand new support right there. Overall, look at your full potential, pcor. Okay, and pizza. Shakey's has given us again a very promising jump today, and let's see if it will continue to move up. Your RSI is still looking healthy. Maybe yeah, I think this is just fine. There's no signs of slowing down in the volume right here, almost at the same size. So I feel that you might have some more movements above, and it'll continue to move up. Meg, I discussed this earlier, but let me also share it to you. Meg, you're very near a possible resistance, which is plotted at 3.09. So I'm not saying it will not break that, but observe how the chart performs around that area. If you see signs of weakness, and let's say we end at a red candlestick on that day, then big chance that it will go back to 2.64 before it jumps up again. The next one is Daryl. I just talked about pizza. I wonder if you were already in when I discussed pizza. But Johan, you could see any stocks that we should look out for tomorrow. Okay, I didn't really have the time to look at every stock, but I've seen several based on your request today. Okay, let me just go back to that. Where was that? Let me see. Meralco. No. Meg. No. MBT. This one. Promising. Anywhere from 38 to 41. That's a promising area. BDO, I think, as well. That one as well. You're very near. Team Axis. That's a sign of a weakness. Mac. Okay, Mac. Also, while we see that it's a red, Today we managed to do a gap up. It's just that people took profit right away, and we're still at a very healthy level. It might revisit the 4.91, allowing you to add more volume because this used to be a resistance, and if you break that resistance, then chances are when it revisits that area, that becomes your support now. So those are just a few of the stocks that we were able to check out today and are showing promising formation. So let me see. If you're not going to request any, what I'm going to do next is I'll go to my all stocks here. This is what I would normally do. Sometimes when I have just few viewers, I just proactively review from the ones with the highest trade and work my way downwards. Okay, so looks like, let me see, we're done with JFC, BDO, done with that, AC, done with that, MBT as well, BPI, not yet. Let me check BPI. BPI, you're very near resistance. Okay, so it might just revisit, but not that far, because I see a support just very near your MA20 line. So it will just probably move within this range before it spikes up. Okay, so your trigger here is we have to break the 63.95 level first before we can say we have a breakout play there. Next is pure gold. Pure gold, we've been on a steady climb, and it will just most likely rest. Okay, if it will rest, I see this possible area as our next support. Okay, it's just resting. It's given that we already had this very steep climb, and people have already gained so much and are just locking in some profit. If it revisits 41.48, I'm looking at a possible support right at that area. Ali, have I talked about that? Not yet. Okay, let's talk about Ali. Ali is giving us some message as well. That's a doji, and this is a resistance that we are seeing here. So if it breaks that resistance, then you have a breakout play. Otherwise, watch out for it to go back at the 30.16 level. That's Ali. Yes, thank you, Daryl said. MPI and PNB, ma'am. Okay, let me check that. I forgot. I also have MPI. And I think, let me see. Oh, yes. It ended up, okay, I entered at 2.63, I believe. I think this was the time. Then all of a sudden, I really forgot when I bought that one. So that's the support that we see. This used to be a resistance right here. Now, if it will revisit this, it will just most likely drop at the 2.60 level. But look at that. I feel that we will have really more movements up here. More movements to the upside. This is just the beginning of a climb for MPI. PNB. I'm not taking profit yet. I know there's still a lot of room for a steady climb. For PNB, this is the resistance that we see. Okay, so that's a first resistance that we're looking at. If it breaks that line, because you have a significant volume anyway. If it breaks that, then let's see if it will create a support. Otherwise, we have to wait for it right here. Okay. Key areas. Okay, I'm just always giving you guys key areas to either enter. I'm not saying right away you enter, but monitor at that area. Okay, if you see some bounce happening at that level, then chances are it will just create a support at that level, which is 21.18 before it goes up. Okay, I don't see that it will. If it will go lower than that, the lowest it can go is 18.65. Okay, All right. Do we have any other requests? What about ICT? Done. Okay, ICT, here's your support. There you go. That's your support if it breaks. But looking at this, it might potentially trigger some more movements up here. And will continue to move up. Constricted, as you can see, but not as constricted as this. See the difference? When a Bollinger Band is so constricted, then boom. Constricted moves up. See that? It normally becomes constricted first before it gives you a significant decline. Here, very constricted as well for a long time and then moves up. Thanks for reviewing MPI and PNB, ma'am. Thanks for reminding me. I was also invested in MPI. Yeah, but you know me. If you've been watching this channel for a long time, you know that in the morning I really don't have the time to watch over my stocks for the Philippine market. It's just there for long-term purposes. Sometimes if I feel like taking profit, I break my rule and I take profit. But really, 90% of my stocks, I don't touch it there. Okay, IDC. Stop. Oh, we already reviewed this. IDC. A lot of promising movements here for IDC. You're at you did a double bottom here, and when we did that, your RSI is already showing bullish divergence, and we're just putting these lines as a conservative measure of our support and resistance. But I'm not saying it will not break that resistance at the 1.84 level. Rather, you have two conditions here. If you want to enter, wait for it to touch this level, or anywhere from where it is at up to here is already good entry. But let's say it continues to move up, wait for it to break this line and create another support in this level before you move up or before you enter. But overall, if you're a long-term investor, regardless of where it is at right now, you are already at a very good area to start accumulating. The volume is present for the past how many days? See that? Past 3 days, very significant volume. Okay. Same is true with here, right? No volume first, and then slowly there's a spike in the volume, and then eventually it moves up, pair with the right volume here. Okay, I think we have also reached a very productive night this evening. If you don't have any other requests, this is a wrap. Okay, it's a wrap for tonight. But if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, my only request is subscribe, please, and share to your friends. And let's chat again tomorrow evening. I will just ping you in Instagrams or in my Facebook page. I know most of you have encountered Miss JD in those two platforms. That's why you're here. Yep, let's grow this community and learn from one another. Thank you guys, and good night. Bye-bye for now.